Right on the doorstep of the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, lies an area of outstanding natural beauty, one of the country's most unusual and intriguing national parks. Margalla Hills. The forested slopes pump out clean air. The high peaks capture precious rainfall. And the dense undergrowth provides a sanctuary for a dazzling variety of wildlife. The Margallas are the first hills in the path of the monsoon winds. They force the clouds upwards, which releases rain. Heavy downpours refresh the area's streams and groundwater, but also create something very special indeed. Subtropical warmth, sunlight, and abundant rainfall make the hills a fabulous place for growth. A forest oasis where the lush vegetation nurtures a vast array of unusual invertebrates. The park's varied landscapes make it one of the most biologically diverse areas in the whole of Pakistan. Over 600 plant species thrive here, from evergreen scrub on the lower slopes to tropical pine forests at higher elevations. Trees jostle for space, while shrubs provide shelter to small forest creatures. The hills are home to over 30 species of reptiles. Because they're cold-blooded, they need to spend many hours basking on exposed rocks to absorb the sun's heat. With its profusion of flowering plants and abundant sunshine, the park is a haven for butterflies. The shimmering wings of 55 different species decorate these hills. The mix of species make the Margalla Hills renowned as a hotspot of biodiversity. The park is varied and unique for another important reason. The hills are a wildlife corridor, a vital migration route, linking the plains with the mountains to the north. They provide a refuge for species sheltering from winter cold and those escaping summer heat. Wild boar used to live mainly on the plains south of Margalla, but some have migrated into the hills and have stayed. They move around in family groups, mostly trying to locate food with their amazing sense of smell. The park is also home to colonies of fruit bats, the largest in the bat family having wingspans of up to 1.7 meters. As dusk approaches, they become restless, readying themselves for the long flights across the forest in search of nectar, flowers and fruit. Many of Margalla's 35 other mammal species stay well hidden and are rarely seen. With the help of camera traps, it's possible to lift the lid on some of the park's shyest residents. They reveal rare moving images of creatures more usually found in northern pine forests, like porcupine, or those from the drier southern plains, such as pangolin. Glimpses of civets, hares, foxes, and leopard cats less than knee-high remind us that the park is crisscrossed by many different lives, each contributing to the park's vitality. The cheeky monkeys are up early. At first light, trails that may be later followed by hikers are fleetingly used by barking deer. They're just half a metre tall, but their loud barking calls are effective during the breeding season. They are constantly nervous of being ambushed by leopards, which silently stalk through the shadows. Paths have become useful forest highways for Calèche pheasants. No one perfectly understands their social behaviour, but they seem to prefer travelling in groups. They eat just about anything, from seeds to lizards, using their feet and beaks to flush out small animals from under the leaf litter. The trails help animals fast-track to different parts of the park. But Margalla's rich diversity of animals will mostly have retreated into the deepest parts of the bush by the time the park's human visitors turn up. Forests like those of the Margalla Hills are the very lungs of our planet. We need to act now to preserve and protect this natural wonderland for the well-being of our future generations.